Have you ever felt unsure about where to start with neural retraining? Or maybe you've been at it for a while, but feel stuck, directionless, or like it's just not having the impact that you had hoped for. There are so many approaches out there. Somatic practices for the body, mindset work for thoughts and beliefs, emotional release for trauma work, connection work for relationships. And honestly, it's hard to know where to begin. And it can all start to feel a bit overwhelming. When I first began my own journey, I really dove in. I took several great courses, each focused on a different piece of the process. But I remember sitting there and thinking, they all sound important, and I can't do them all at once. So where do I even begin? If you've ever felt that same way, then stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand how all of these areas actually work together and how to know which one your brain and body needs the most right now. One of the biggest misunderstandings about neural retraining is the idea that there's a single right way to do it, or that one type of practice is better than another. But the truth is, your brain is always learning from everything you do. Your thoughts, your emotions, your movement, your relationships, even the tone of your inner voice. All of these are part of what I call the 5 foundational principles of neural retraining. And when we understand how they work together, healing becomes much simpler, more sustainable, and far less confusing. So let's start with emotional wellness. This is where we begin to calm the limbic system, the emotional center of the brain, through practices that create a sense of safety and peace. That might look like mindfulness, visualizations, gentle movement, or breath work. You're teaching the brain, it's okay, I'm safe now. You don't need to force positive emotions. You're simply guiding your attention toward what feels peaceful or joyful, even for a few seconds. These small moments tell your nervous system that it's safe to relax. And over time, they begin to rewire your brain towards safety and balance and connection. Next comes physical wellness. And this is where somatic practices can come in. Somatic simply means of the body. It's about tuning into the sensations, the tension, or the movement patterns that live in the body, and responding with curiosity rather than judgment. When we've lived with chronic stress or chronic illness, our bodies often hold on to old protective patterns, tightness, holding, or even numbness or pain. Somatic practices help us gently unwind those patterns by bringing awareness and safety back into the body. That might look like noticing your breath, stretching with intention, swaying, shaking out tension, or placing a hand where you feel discomfort and simply breathing into it. You're showing your body that it's safe to soften and move again. And as that trust builds, your body becomes a partner in your healing, not something to fight, but something to collaborate with. The third principle is mental wellness, guiding your thoughts and beliefs. Our brains naturally repeat what they know. So when we've lived in fear or pain or illness for a long time, those old thought loops become deeply ingrained. The goal here isn't to fix every thought, but rather to notice them with compassion and to gently guide them toward what supports healing. That might mean things like journaling, using a calming mantra, or asking yourself, is this thought helping me feel safe right now? Each time you choose a thought that brings calm or hope, you're strengthening the new neural pathways that support wellness instead of fear. The fourth area is relational wellness, your connection with others, with nature, and with something greater than yourself. Connection is one of the most powerful ways to calm the nervous system. And when we feel safe and seen by a person, by nature, by even a pet, or by God, our brain releases chemicals that tell the limbic system, you're supported, you're not alone. That might mean setting healthy boundaries, spending time in nature, or deepening your spiritual connection. Even brief moments of genuine connection, maybe a smile, gratitude, prayer, or being outdoors. Remind your brain that safety and support exist right here in the present moment. And the fifth principle is intentional self-leadership, from what I call the mindful self. This is the wise, grounded part of you that can listen to all those other parts, to your emotions, your body, your thoughts, and your relationships. And then choose what you need most right now. It's not about forcing yourself to do everything or to get it perfect. It's about leading yourself gently and intentionally toward the life you want to live. Healing is a journey, not a sprint. Intentional self-leadership helps you build a long-term, sustainable practice of living with awareness, with peace, and with purpose. You're learning to trust yourself again, to know when to rest, when to move, and when to celebrate how far you've already come. So here's the big idea. There's no one perfect way to do neural retraining. It's about discovering what's right for you right now. What supports your healing today might not be what you need next week, and that's okay. When you understand these 5 foundational principles, you can create a practice that evolves with you, one that works with your nervous system instead of against it. And over time, your healing becomes less about following a formula and more about living in partnership with your body, with your mind, and with your spirit. If you'd like to explore these 5 principles more deeply, my free ebook, Reclaiming Your Life from Chronic Illness, walks you through each one with simple, practical tools to help you get started. You'll find the link below. And I'd love to hear from you. Which area do you feel most drawn to right now? Emotional, physical, mental, or relational? I'd love for you to share it in the comments below. You're doing great, one step at a time. Keep going, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.